All right, so I want to do a really quick video on this channel that's a little bit unconventional. I need to thank, and I'm being 100% sincere. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm not being condescending. I'm not being hateful. I'm not being spiteful at all. I need to thank specifically Julie Joe, Suarez, Erin, Bies, those three in specific in the anti-MLM space. And I want to be as sincere as possible. Over the last couple of days, a lot of us have been so just like me. For me specifically, I haven't been sad over Jesse Lee's death. I've been angry. And I'll give you an example. Like, I didn't vote for Joe Biden, right? I did vote for Trump, but Joe Biden is my president. And I don't like seeing what's going on with him. I think it's elder abuse for what people are allowing him to act, right? And I wish to God that his family actually cared enough about him to pull him off. Whatever. I want to give you that as a base. I'm an angry guy, you know, I'm an older guy and I'm set in my ways, but I'm not full of hatred as a dominant emotion. I experience hatred. I don't deny my hatred. I embrace my hatred. It is what it is, but it's a momentary, passing, fleeting emotion. And I've learned that there's, you know, the older you get, you realize emotions don't dictate everything. Here's why I'm thankful. The other day, somebody sent me stuff that Julie Joe did on Jessie Lee Ward. And right after her death, you had the three of them, Cece Suarez, Julie Joe, and Erin Bies, right in the comments section or the community section of their YouTube channel, I just want to express my blah, 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 blah. And remember, Jessie Lee was not my family. I had no contact other than social media with her, private messages, phone calls, that's it. I didn't know her personally, but it wasn't the right time. And a lot of us took a lot of offense to it because we were like, really? The body's not even cool yet and this is what you're doing? I get it. And I really get it. And then yesterday I watched something that Julie Joe put up about, I knew before everybody else that Jessie Lee passed away. And I watched her content. I watched her body language. I watched her emotions through it. And it kind of hit me today. My God, thank you. I could easily pick apart so much of her content that shows what she is as a human being, but I'm not going to do that. Here's what I want to thank all three of those for. You guys are kids. You guys are children. I grew up in the 70s and the 80s. I'm relatively an older guy. I'll be 50 soon. I'll be 50. And I'm in a profession, network marketing, that is fueled with drama. It's fueled with chaos. It's fueled with personal animosity. It's fueled with competition. It's fueled with emotion. And I realized that Julie Joe and Cece are extremely young. Erin is considerably older. And I know exactly, because I keep talking about it, and I'm being sincere as fuck here. I hope you really will take this to heart. The network marketing, the MLM industry attacks women because they know that women are more emotional than men. And that's why it's a female-dominated industry, because they play off their emotions. And I've said it before. The three of them and every other anti-MLM person out there who's of a feminine gender, they're manipulated and they're abused. And, you know, health hath no fury like a woman scorned. So they go off on hate. And we know that hate is fueled by attention and they thrive off attention. And the anger that I was feeling towards them was so misplaced. It was really misplaced. It should be placed in the industry. So here's why I want to thank them. In the last couple of days, when I watched their content or I read their content or all this kind of stuff, I realized that everybody, even Marco's a kid. None of them have any experience outside of this phone, right? The world is their phone. I grew up in a time where we had everything outside and you had to go get it. And if you wanted a job when you were my age, you filled out an application. And when you didn't hear from the employer in like 3 days, you called back and said, I'm really interested. And then the owner saw you as, oh my gosh, this is a person I need to hire because they're showing an interest. And somewhere along the way, it's phone number, volumes, oh well, this and that. And then everything's emotionally driven. Here's my thanks to them. And my promise to you. I know that I do get trapped in this emotional MLM stuff, and I do attack back on a lot of areas. I can't promise that I'll ever not do that again, but I will promise this. I need to focus on Julie Joe's audience, Erin's audience, Cece, Marco, and every other anti-MLM person out there, and I need to put my money where my mouth is. I have pride and integrity in this industry. 100% I do. My phone number is public, 708-982-0974. I'm always saying that you never see any of them offer any solutions to the industry. They're always complaining about it, saying, oh, people are getting hurt and this and that, but they're never doing anything about it. Because just like a good politician knows, there's no money made in the solution. There's only money made in the problem. And when you perpetuate the problem and you perpetuate emotion, that's how you keep finances going. And every one of them is making money. To anyone in their audience, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. Anything you need, anything. I don't care if you want to call and yell and complain and talk about how shitty the industry is. I'll take your call. I won't try to convince you. Anybody who's in the industry that is riding off of the anti-MLM space, and you want to push me so hard to see, can I answer questions? Even if it is just to put a fraction of something answered to you, so you were like, oh, this industry's a scam, but I could show you 1% of that where you're like, oh, okay, I could have seen how this is differently or been done differently. I want to do that. I want to offer not trying to change your mind at all, but being there for you. So if you're all in the industry and you hate network marketing, and I know you want to shut it down, it's not going anywhere, it's my passion, my invitation to you, that if you can help me be better in this industry and help others not get screwed over the way that you did, or the way that you feel Julie Joe did, or Erin, or anybody else, or a friend like Marco's, then put me to use. I'm still in this business. I'm not going anywhere. It's my profession. I still recruit. I still sell. I still do all that stuff. But I want to extend the olive branch to your network, to their network, to your audience, to you as the audience, because they won't take it. But if you're demanding accountability, then demand it from me and use me as the lightning rod for any type of change in this industry. And I don't know what that could look like to you. I don't know if there's other, I don't know, anybody else in the industry that looks like something that's not being done right, bring it to my attention. You know what? Maybe with my network, with other MLM leaders, we could start calling out and exposing the bad stuff and really make the change. This industry is sales. It is recruiting. And the number one complaint is always going to be the manipulation of emotions. So I want to thank Julie Joe. I want to thank Erin. I want to thank CC. I want to thank Marco. But you guys are kids, and you've taken it as far as you can. You don't have the life experience like someone like me does. I was, for those who don't know, I was a police officer. I've been in many industries. I ran for Cook County Sheriff out here in Chicago. I have life experience. I know exactly what scumbag shit looks like, especially in this industry, because I was at the hand of it. And at some time by the beginning of my career, I contributed it. So I want to thank Julie Joe. I want to thank Erin. I want to thank Cece. I want to thank Marco, because when I was so blinded by my hatred for how they were attacking a friend of mine who passed, and not taking into consideration that their passive aggression, dude, I can't control that. It's going to be forever, cataloged in the annals of history, and it just shows they didn't have any compassion for the suffering of us. But I can't expect any different from children. I can't expect any different. But what I can do for the audience is say, listen, yeah, I'm full of anger and hate, and I'm full of a lot of animosity, and there's a lot of industry that can change, but we can't do it without you. So I'm offering to come to the table. If you are an anti-MLMer, you're in the audience for all of their content, and you really want to see accountability, hold my feet to the fire. Get a hold of me, 708-982-0974. Tell me what the industry is, what the industry needs change on, what your experience is, how we could change it, and then watch, sit back. And if I do it, which I promise I will, great. If not, then make me the focus of the content of your material for anti-MLM. Just a big thank you for all the anti-MLM peoples out there. You gave me new purpose in this industry, and to be honest, you're owed the gratitude. Thanks.